Hey, what's up? This is Kaale, Cloud the Wanderer, and I'm here with Mistress Beefy. Wow, you changed your name to Miss Beefy? Wow, he proposed to you?
It's been Miss Beefy, MISS, not MRS.
All right, all right. Then she's home cooking, and what you cooking there?
I have egg whites and some white sweet potatoes.
No protein. Well, that's protein, I guess. Is
Egg whites are the protein source, and then
yeah.
my carbs are the sweet potatoes tonight.
Okay. I don't know if I would want to join you.
I'm on my reverse diet right now, so I'm just thankful to have carbs because all of prep I was carbless.
Yeah,
So to me,
yeah.
this is heaven on earth right now.
Yeah. You put some seasoning up in there or
Yeah, there's just some salt and pepper. I'm looking for my hot sauce.
okay.
So I can put some hot sauce on it.
All right. Yeah, so congratulations on your win at the Mid Atlantic
Miss or Midwinter Classic.
midwinter what you said.
Yeah, the Midwinter Classic.
Midwinter Classic. Yeah, you got first place
They
in
did.
women's bodybuilding. That's great.
I'll show my little wonderful collections real quick.
Yeah, I got little pictures of you in action. Tell you the truth, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yes.
yeah. You looking beefy right there. Yeah, look
I
great.
yeah, my routine came out pretty good.
Yeah,
I was nervous, so I went a little fast.
yeah. Did you knew that you was gonna win or
No, I
okay?
stay very humble, so you never know how it's gonna go. But we had a good indicator that I won bodybuilding no matter what because of the size of the girl and the size of me. So
Yeah,
everyone knew I won it, but I still didn't want to be like over cocky and confident. So I stay very humble, and it's like you never know.
right.
But I did with physique when they placed me dead center. We were like, okay, so it's first or second. So when I got fifth, we were a little thrown off on that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like yeah. And so you compete both women's bodybuilding and women's physique. Cause
Yes.
cause you're not as big to be in women's bodybuilding.
Not for a pro level. Like, if you
Mm.
look at the size of the pros, I'm still too small. But for an amateur going pro, I have a good chance. But I'm still the size currently of a pro physique bodybuilder. So I have a better chance of going pro in physique and doing a pro debut a lot sooner than if I were to go pro in bodybuilding, unless I added more size.
Yeah.
That would be the way it would go. But I'm in between both divisions. So that's why I competed in both.
Okay. Okay. You was competing against what her name is Kim Hontes Jontes. Excuse me if I'm butchering that name.
I don't even know. I didn't pay attention to the competitors, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. I see the picture from She don't really look that big though. I don't know what. Yeah, like you
Well,
said.
but,
Yeah, like if you see her, look, check it out. She don't look
mhm.
that big. You can see this good?
I mean, I know what she looks like, so for everyone
Yeah,
else, they're gonna have a hard time seeing it. But yeah,
yeah,
she
I
was
know.
not big at all.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, but I should have posted this out, but I forget it. Yeah, y'all could, if anything, you guys can check on NPC news online and stuff.
You can see the
Yeah,
whole, all of my competitors for physique and for bodybuilding. I mean, overall, for physique, they still weren't too big. The girl who won, Angelina or Angelica, whatever her name was, like kudos
yeah,
to her, 100%. Like congratulations. But I feel like if I was a little bit more vascular, or not vascular, a little bit more conditioned, and I wasn't going through a flare up of my colitis, which did make my stomach a little bit more bloated. If I was
Yeah,
able to not have that going on and able to hold my corn a little bit more, I feel like I would have placed higher or I might have won. Those girls were more conditioned, but I had way more muscle mass than them. My definition in my back and just overall the definition I carried was a lot more than what they had.
yeah,
And so I honestly feel like I got unfair placement because of being too big. I got placed fifth, which I don't think was really fair. You shouldn't be judging me against the competition. You should be judging me against the criteria for what the division is and not penalize me because the girls showed up not having a lot of size. Like, that's not my problem.
yeah. That sucks. I mean, if it's always something, it's a very interesting
Yeah.
thing you guys experience and stuff. You go to the limit, and then when you do the best you can, you don't get placed the way you want to get placed.
Yep. So like I'm still very happy that I won women's bodybuilding. I mean, like I said, I'm not mad she won. Congratulations to her. Congratulations to all the girls and the hard work they put in. But I
Yeah,
still think placing me fifth was unfair, especially after calling me dead center. That was just a mind fuck that was unneeded. Like that was because everyone knows what happens when you get called dead center. Like that right there is determining you're either first or second. So to place me fifth was a little shock. Like we were not expecting that.
yeah,
So like I said, I wasn't 100% conditioned. I understand that when you have health issues and you're going through some flare ups, like you can only do so good. So I did do the best that I could. So I'm not really mad that I lost. I'm just mad about getting called dead center and then getting fifth place.
yeah.
That's what I'm mad about. Like if you would have just left me far left and let me take the L, I would have accepted it. But
Right.
moving me dead center and then making me take the L, like no, thank you. That was
Mhm.
mean.
Yeah. Like I mean, like looking at you, you look like you lost some weight. Like I mean, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but you're more leaner. Like I was looking at your videos, and well, not this one. I think this one is in there, but you looked it different a little bit. Like you wasn't as thickish as you was before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But towards show day, I added a little bit. Like I said, I was having a flare up, so my conditioning got a little bit bad. So I did go from like the 130s up to the 140s. I think I touched stage, I think at like 142 or 143. And currently, right now, I'm teetering between like 146 and 148 post show.
okay. All right.
So things are still going pretty good. We found out certain foods that were flaring me up, and so we pulled them. And so today is like the first day that I'm not bloated anymore.
Right.
And this morning I woke up and I was able to see my ab vascularity again finally, which I was like, thank God. Because
Mm,
it disappeared. I'm like, oh no, oh no. So it's coming back. We're sitting in a good place. I have check-ins tomorrow morning, but I did check-ins on Thursday. And Shelby was very pleased. He was like, you're filling out perfectly the way you need to be. You're right on track. He was asking me how everything was going, but because the 2 days post show, the meal right after show, and then Saturday or yeah, Sunday and Monday, I didn't eat diet. Like I was enjoying myself.
mm,
So because of that and having sugars, I was getting cravings again. And so for those 2 days, like I couldn't stop eating cravings. And so when I did check-ins, we went ahead and he added an extra carb. He added another banana and some nut butter in there for me to help with the late night cravings, which I truly appreciated because that's been a game changer. So he's really been listening to me. And like I said, he says everything is filling out nicely right now, which I couldn't have been happier about.
oh. What kind of cravings you would have?
I ate a whole jar of fit butter in less than 24 hours.
Fit butter?
Yeah, they're delicious. It's
Yeah.
It's a protein-based peanut butter, and they have like
Okay.
different flavors. I ate a whole brand new jar in less than 24 hours of the chocolate cookie dough.
Uh, that don't
It
sound that don't sound any different than my cravings.
Right? Like I was getting sugar cravings, and so I try to make better choices. Like I ended up, they gave us these giant bundt cakes for the overall winners. I ate a half a
Yeah.
cake in a sitting.
Yeah.
I had to get rid of it. Like I literally gave the cake away. I have all these cookies and chocolates that I got from the show. They're in my
Yeah.
freezer, so I can't eat them because if not, my fat ass is gonna eat them. I'm gonna gain all that weight back.
Yeah. Then you gonna definitely be Miss Beefy.
100%. Like we can't get that big again, guys. We
Yeah.
gotta stay smaller. Like I'm
Okay.
happy with the way I'm looking finally. Like I said, like my abs
Yeah.
are coming back and the bloating's going away.
Yeah, it look nice.
And this is after, 5, 6 meals. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm happy. Like things are pulling the way they're supposed to. My metabolism is recovering good. Um, we have pulled everything out the day after show, and I get my blood work done on the 5th. And then from there, we still won't touch anything for probably another like 12 weeks. Like we're most of my growth season, I am going to be natural, which I'm very grateful about because I can gain size no problem. I don't use peds to get big. A lot of people have that misunderstanding of if you take peds, that's the only way you're going to grow and put size on. Not really. A lot of it is down to the diet and the way that you lift. For me, we only introduce low dose peds into my cut cycle, so I don't lose my size as we're in massive deficits. It's
Okay.
all just to retain size. So for me, I probably won't touch anything until we go back in on my cut cycle, which will probably be about 16 weeks.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, we got some guests. We got what's up, Miss Beefy? I saw you at the Arnold last year. Wanted to draw you at my booth, but you were speaking to someone. BC Voice,
Next time, just get my attention.
and he also congratulations, champ. And he says, did you get the judges' feedback?
No,
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I did
Oh, you
submit
got
it.
the okay. Oh, you didn't get the judges' feedback. I thought you
Not
did.
the official.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Uh,
waiting for the like actual official judge that does my division because there was a panel of judges, but each division has a different one that will give you like the specific feedback. The promoter and a few of the people working the show, and then a few of the judges did say it was because I was too big and not as conditioned. That's why I placed. I want to know why I got pulled dead center and then
yeah,
got placed. Like, tell me what the fuck happened backstage.
yeah.
And then
Uh,
I just need to know, moving forward, like if it was to sizing me up to the competitors that showed, if that's something that I have to look forward to in my next shows. I'm doing nationals September 4th. This is the North Americans. So I need to be prepared that when I go in doing my show, if it's the size of the competitors that I'm being sized up against, I need to make sure, like, okay, for physique, maybe make myself look a little bit smaller and a little bit more feminine and softer versus going in hard like I would for women's bodybuilding.
yeah,
So it's trying to get that specific feedback so I can work with my coach and work with my sponsor moving forward to be more prepared so we can go in and dominate.
right. If you had a choice, like if you got your pro card today, would you want to be women's physique or women's bodybuilding?
Um, I don't really have a preference because
Right.
I love both divisions, and being in between both of them still give me something to grow into. But I will say I enjoy bodybuilding poses a little bit more versus physique poses. I don't like the weird open cat claw looking hands, the whole thing people do with their fingers. Like I
Yeah,
don't
like
like that. I like the closed
this thing.
fist. Yeah, the my little
Yeah,
gypsy hands. No,
yeah,
I prefer closed fist. I like it better. You make muscles pop harder. To me, I like that. And then I really like the side chest pose, and then I like to be able to do like the back lat spread.
yeah,
And you don't get that in physique, so
yeah. I know they had some other shows with NPC NPC shows. They had what they had some shows, but I don't know if you're familiar with um what's her name? Drew Crenshaw. If
Crenshaw
I'm
sounds familiar.
Yeah, she I think she won a show. Yeah, the names don't be coming to me like that, but I know her because I see her on Instagram a lot. So
Okay.
yeah. So was it hard was it hard like before competing? Was it hard for you to be in this condition? Like what was your workout like and your prep and all that type of stuff that you do?
Um, that was pretty easy, pretty normal. I work out very hard, always have. So the workouts have never been the issue.
Yeah,
Before the heart attack and before the hormone issue, after I lost all the weight initially, I stayed pretty small, pretty lean, pretty conditioned. But I will say I am bigger than I was in my previous prep, but I was a lot more conditioned too. So I did enjoy that. I did gain some size, which was nice. I wouldn't say it's hard, but coming back again from being super heavy because of the health issues
yeah,
and getting the weight off in such a short period of time, that's what wore me out. And that's what exhausted my body and stressed my body. And so towards the end, my body kind of like tapped out. My body wasn't wanting to lose any more weight. It wasn't wanting to drop anymore. It kind of just like hit a plateau because of how stressed it was. And because of that, I started getting my flare ups from my colitis, which was causing me to have the bloating and even more fatigued and exhaustion. So it was kind of fighting a never ending battle. And so I'm just happy that it's done so I can hit this reverse, kind of repair some things, get my hormones retested, make sure things are leveled back out, get to a good level. So as I grow and I keep the weight down, when we go back into the cutting phase, we
mhm,
can hit that new low. We can get that look that we were trying to get this year, but we weren't able to achieve it because I don't have to stress my body as much anymore.
yeah.
So that's what I'm excited for. I got my new round of workouts, which, because we're in growth phase, they've been sucking. They're great workouts, but oh my lord, I am so sore. So sore from them.
Well, yeah, I mean, you should be.
hmm
You should.
Friday, I did glutes and hamstrings, and one workout in, literally just one of them in, I was literally walking like I was an 80-year-old lady needing a walker.
Yeah. What workout was this?
It's a specific type of walk-in lunges for glute and hamstrings, and I had to do
Oh,
two
yeah,
sets, two
yeah.
sets of 40 apiece body weight, and then I had to do two sets of 30 apiece weighted. And so I'm doing 50-pound dumbbells with those. They killed me. And then I had to go do my laying leg curls with four sets, two drop sets, and then a set of partials to failure.
Mm,
Those
yeah,
burned. Those burned so bad.
yeah.
And then it only got worse from there. And tomorrow is my leg day again with Bulgarian split squats.
I remember I tried to do those. That's not very easy. Like
Mm-mm.
it seemed like it's so much pressure on the knees, and I don't know. Like
They're just not a fun one. They literally are a torture
no, they
device.
not. They not. They're very not.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I try to do because I got some weights, you know, right here at home, and I'll try to do it like on a table or something, a small table that I have, and trying to do that's a lot. Like just for your knees.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I can't. Nah, that's too much.
They suck. And I have to, the way he does it is they are weighted. And it's like, I have to do all of my sets and reps on one leg.
Yeah,
I can go to my next leg. So I'm like, I'm just going to die tomorrow.
yeah,
Tomorrow's just Mary's death day. Like, we'll submit my obituary now. Because I'm going to
yeah.
die.
What time you got to get up for to do them?
I have clients tomorrow.
Oh,
I have a client that I see at 5:30 in the morning. So I'll be up at 4 a.m. to do my check-ins, eat my breakfast, go train my client. Directly after training my client, her husband's getting another session, an hour-long session of body work. And then I'm going to try to go to the grocery store because then at 10 a.m. I have another client at my house for body work. And then after that, I think I'm done. I don't think anyone else is on my schedule for Monday. So around 11, I should be finishing up my day for work. So from around 5:30 to 11 is my work day.
yeah.
And then I should be able to relax, eat probably one or two more meals, and then I'll go to the gym probably around like 12:30, 1 o'clock, get my cardio in, and then just go obliterate my legs and come home and cry myself to sleep.
Well, you like you do massage therapy like when you say
Yeah.
body work, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's deep tissue massage with cupping, body scraping, PNF style stretching, mobility work, sometimes a lot of like different type of PT rehab for injuries. I do a variety of different things. Business has been going pretty well with that. I
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of clients that like I do body work on, but I also train them as well. So the girl I get to go see in the morning, I love her to death. She's one of my favorites. She's like a friend more than a client anymore. It's a husband and wife. I started doing their body work over a year ago. And then just over the time of working with them and getting to know them, and me being a very brutally honest person, she had chronic issues with her hip. And so I finally just told her my recommendations. And then she was asking me about all my credentials and, my education and stuff like that. She didn't realize all that I've done, all that I have, and all of the different facets of what I still do. And so she asked me one day, she's like, "What would it look like to just work with you for everything?" And I gave her a price. She was very happy with it. And we started with 3 days a week. She's lost probably over 15 pounds now, and she surpassed her goal weight in less than 3 months. And it was a weight that she had not seen in a long time, and now she's under it. So now we have a new goal. And because of that, we also finally jumped up to 5 days a week now because during my prep, getting ready to leave and take about 2 weeks off, I didn't want to set back her training. And so because of that, I offered her for like 2 weeks in a row 5 day sessions. So we wouldn't miss any sessions. We would be caught up. And after doing it for 2 weeks, she really got accustomed to it. I got accustomed to it. I love seeing her every day. And so I had told her, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to miss training you 5 days a week." She's like, "Would that be something you would want to do?" And I said, "If you wanted to pay for it, because, it is a price jump." We went over the pricing and she's like, "Let's do it." So when I came back from show, um, which would have been Wednesday, I got back to work. We decided to go ahead and keep it going. So now I train her 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
She gets her 2 sessions of body work. Her husband gets the whatever sessions he needs. I have another gal that I train. I do it illegally. I train her at Planet Fitness, and I'm not supposed to. But sue me, whatever. We
Yeah.
made it work. I'll throw in some pretend sets, okay? But I make it work. I train her, and then I do online training with clients still. I do online nutrition with clients still. And then I do my massage business, which it's mobile, but also they can come to me if they want. But 9 times out of 10, clients love the fact that I will come directly to you, to your home, to your workplace, wherever you're at. If there's a space for me, I will come to it to make it work for you. And I come at odd hours.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my clients love it. I love the clients that I have. Like, honestly, I will say I don't have any clients that I do not like. Like, I love all my clients. They're all very down to earth people. We get along very well. We talk shit with each other. Like, it's fun. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. It seems like you having fun. Yeah, it's good to have a job that you can have fun, you know.
I was told by my dad at a very young age, do something you love so it's never work.
Unfortunately, it don't always be like that with everybody.
Yeah, very true. I'm very fortunate to
Yeah.
find something that I'm very good at that I
Yeah.
am. love doing. Now, I don't like working for people. I do not like HR. I do not like having a boss. I am my own boss. No one else is going to tell me what to do and how to do it and when to do it. Fuck yourself.
Yeah. I could
Like,
see you didn't really work that much to have you.
yeah, no, I've worked tons of corporate jobs. I've
Oh,
worked
okay.
tons of jobs with higher up management. I've worked for school systems and school districts because I used to be a teacher. I used to
Yeah.
be a full on behaviorist. Like, I've worked some very high up jobs.
Okay.
I don't like working for people. I like to have my own business, so I'm my own boss. So if I get mad at my damn self. I blame myself. No one else can blame me but me at this point.
Yeah. You ever
I
thought
set my
about
own hours. I can set my own criteria. I can tell a client, no, I don't want to see you. Like,
right.
I prefer that.
You ever thought about having workers a little bit, like somebody
Yeah, actually, I have. I've thought about because my job it's very labor intensive, and having all the injuries that I do,
mhm,
I can only work up to 5 or 6 hours doing body work a day, and that's my cap. After that, I can train clients all day long because that's easy. But doing the physical labor of the actual massages, I can only do up to 6 hours. And so I've been thinking about what I wanted to do, and I was looking at like hosting training clinics and getting people trained to the way that I like it, have them be certified and credentialed, and then have my business umbrellaed out and contract them on with 1099, so it's not a W-2 at that time, and then just give them pretty much a contracted pay of like this is how much you make.
okay.
I've thought about it, and at that point, I can service more of Indiana, not just the areas I service. I can service other states and have people doing it, and it would be done under the style that I like, the style that I know is working, and be able to physically train the people and how to perform it and deliver it, so I can be comfortable with knowing that it's being done right.
All right. That's
Because the
cool.
worst thing is to start yourself, have a brand, have an image, and then have somebody fuck it up because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. I don't do massage therapy, so just learning from what you telling me. So
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of different ways to perform a massage. I do mine more in the manner of like a holistic sports medicine rehab style.
yeah.
And so mine's not like that frou frou make you feel good massage that you want to go back to every day of the week. No, mine's painful. Mine hurts. Mine sucks. It's not a joy getting it done. Like I tell all my clients and future clients, like it sucks getting it done. It's not enjoyable. But the trade off is as soon as I'm done, the relief you feel, how your pain starts to subside, the long lasting effects you get from it.
What do you do? Like what? Like you like put pressure in the muscles or
Yeah, there's a lot of different techniques to do. And for me, I go deep enough that I get deep into the fascia itself to relieve the adhesions.
yeah.
There's different ways to relieve the knots because sometimes you can't break open an adhesion and relieve the tension of the knot by putting pressure. But a lot of the times it's where it's at in the muscle. And you got to think about it. The muscles all like lay on top of each other. And so, like with your trap, the trap is made up of many different muscles going different ways. And so, a lot of times when you have like adhesions in here, I can press for hours on it and it won't get any smaller. And it's because instead of pressing into it, you need to decompress it, meaning you have to use a certain style of cup that's going to pull it up to the surface through the other muscles so I can break it open. And sometimes not even body work with a manual is going to break it open. Sometimes you have to do a variety of cupping, a variety of ART, which is having you actively move during certain types of releasing and then scraping.
Right.
So it's knowing how the body feels. And a lot of this is done through touch. You have to touch your clients and feel the anatomy, feel the way the body's working, talk to them as you're doing it to make sure things are releasing, how it's feeling for them. And you have to feel for yourself and know what it feels like when you release a muscle, know what it feels like when you've held it long enough that it should have released and it's not budging, and so a lot of it is you have to be very intuitive with your hands when you're touching people to know what it's supposed to feel like. And so it's not meant for everybody.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people just don't have that connection or that understanding. Because massage isn't done through seeing, massage is done through your hands and the touch. And so you see through your fingers, essentially, you see through touching them and feeling their bodies.
No, you study well, like you study like acupuncture, like the energy channels and stuff like that,
Some
or
of that, yeah, a lot of that is incorporated. Like I do a lot of reflexology. Like I have the kits to do that to release the pent up energy because a lot of the times there's certain pressure points in your feet that you have to release to have other things unlock. And so it's just knowing the anatomy. It's knowing how muscles move because your body is very synergistic. Your body is all connected. So it's
Mhm.
knowing through the channels of how everything is moving, of how things can get pent up. And a lot of it, it's talking to your client, have them describe to you what they're feeling and where the pain's coming from. Because a lot of the times when they have issues in their knees, it's not in their knees, it's in their lower back or in their hips.
Okay.
And then
Well,
sometimes, depending on where it's at in the knee, it can actually be coming from your foot and ankle and your calf. And so it's listening to them describe where they feel the pain, where they're feeling it pull. And then, like I said, touching your client and feeling where the tension's at, feeling where you go to move them and in a mobile movement where they get stuck, where their limits are, where like the range is less. All of
hmm
that plays a part in where you have to release your client.
yeah. How long
I've
you
been
was
doing
studying?
this. I've been doing this
Oh,
for a number of years. I worked under a few different physical therapists, a few different chiropractors, and sports medicine. When I had my business in Oregon, I had my training gym that I built, but I also did massage there. And it's because I worked with them. We all referred clients together. Moving out here, I didn't bring any of my equipment. I left all my equipment in Oregon. And so I was like, I don't necessarily want to open up a new gym because the area is so saturated with boutiques, classes, like commercial gyms. And so I didn't want to do that. So I was like, you know what? Let's do massage. And so that's where I rebranded, got a new business name, got my license out here. I still do training, but it's now, instead of it being a Mad Fits Fitness, it's now a restorative wellness. And it's all about restoration and restoring your body back to a level of health, whether it is through massage, whether it's through training, or it's through diet and like nutrition.
what do you know about like shiatsu and reiki? Like you
I
ever
don't
had?
do a lot of that style of like energy releasing. I do know it can be very beneficial for some people, but for me, that's not something I do.
Okay. All right.
A lot of like, there's a lot of energy that gets released and stored, and so if you know certain pressure points, you can release a lot of that tension and release a lot of it through a massage. So I stick with what I know and what I'm comfortable with, but I don't do a lot of the Reiki practices and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. I just know that through like books and stuff. I was curious about it years ago, but I kind of
Yeah.
stopped. Yeah. So yeah, that's
Some
good though.
people some people go a little overboard with it and you can just tell it's fake. With other people, you can really tell like they know what they're doing and
Yeah.
it's the rare deal. For me, it's just not for me.
All right. That's cool. That's cool. So he says just had the Nationals Friday,
Yeah.
and did you watch it or did you see it or?
Yeah, I watched some of it. I got to see a lot of it. Um, the girls who won, I'm super proud of them. I was told that I should have won it because I would have came out with my pro card. But once again, it's knowing that I wasn't going to bring the best package. It wasn't worth it for me. So we're going to do North Americans, and we're going to be bringing in a nasty package.
Yeah. Maybe you might win North Americans probably.
Oh yeah, we're going to win North Americans. We're going in confident on this one.
Yeah. And he says, "Do you take peptides? I just started Retrutide and
Retatrutide and looking at BPC. Yes, I'm actually a big advocate for peptides. I'm sponsored by a peptide company that has very, very high grade, very good compounds. I've done Retta myself. Retta works wonders. BPC is really good, but I would recommend pairing it with TB 500 just to get a better effect out of that. It really helps with creating new blood cells and like blood pathways and like the veins and everything and capillaries to pull blood to injuries. So it's going to help you recover quicker, which is really great. Moxie is really good, especially for energy.
Mm.
And then like I take glutathione because I'm off everything, which is really good just to detox liver and your kidneys. There's ipramelin or ipramelin. I always have a hard time saying that name. And then CJC, which is really good to help maximize your growth hormone that your body naturally produces instead of taking like GH or HGH. So a lot of people will take the human growth hormone you spend a lot of money on instead. Ipramelin and CJC will actually help your body's natural production for it. Um, there's NAD plus, which is just really good for overall just detoxing your body and just cellular level and health, which is really great. Tesamorelin is another really good one, especially for fat loss. You can only take that one in short instances.
Mm.
GHC is really good. It's the one that typically you'll see people sell the glow peptide, which don't ever buy the glow peptide because once you compound the GHK with other peptides, it actually kills the copper molecule, and so it's not working anymore. So you have to take GHK by itself, and actually, after 30 minutes of injecting anything, you have to inject it on its own so the copper molecule does not get affected, but that's really good for tightening your skin, for overall like joint and just elasticity and collagen production in your hair, everything. It's really good for you.
Yes, that's a lot what you said.
I do a lot of peptides. Like I said, I am sponsored by a company. I have a lot of people who will ask me various questions on it, and
Yeah,
like which ones are really good to do for this. If I have these types of blood levels, like what's going to help me get my blood to a healthier level, like what should I do? And so a lot of it, it's doing the research and just being a little bit more educated on it, so you can give people a good understanding of what would help them in their condition or like which ones are going to be good to stack together.
yeah, peptides. Okay, I didn't really. I'm not really familiar with that until he mentioned that. I ain't gonna lie to you. You also got what else do you eat besides fit butter for the late night cravings? Because that's my weakness.
One of the ones that I used to do personally, I don't do it anymore, but I always recommend my clients to do it. If you have a sweet craving that it's not going away and just like a protein shake's not going to take it away, take some Greek yogurt, 0% fat, with protein base. Pick one of your favorite protein powders and mix it in there and make a really thick like yogurt custard protein dish, which is really good. Another trick to do is to do that same mixture, but buy like the zero sugar whipped cream in the tub, like the Cool Whip. Mix it in that and make little like frozen marshmallow puffs with like Cool Whip and Greek yogurt and protein powder. Super good. You can even like put some of the like little mini chocolate chips in it and stuff like that to add extra flavor, extra sweetness.
And
You
that
can
make your cravings go away like that?
It helps because it's the sugar. Like you'll get that sweet sugary fix without any of the negative side effects, without any like feeling guilty at that point.
What makes Greek yogurt like that the answer to it? Because I'm not gonna lie, that joint is nasty, man. Like
When you add in
what's
the
in it?
protein,
What's in the Greek yogurt for your knowledge? To your knowledge.
There's a lot of probiotics and prebiotics in it. You got to think about it. It's going to be for gut health at that point. And
Okay.
so, Greek yogurt, when you don't get the ones that are flavored or have sugars, like you get the ones that are pretty much like have like 5 grams of sugar, no added because the sugar's coming from the dairy. I always do, I think it's called Fage, whatever it is, Fage,
Yeah.
and like it's a 0% milk fat at that point, so it's all like been processed out. So it is a thick, tart Greek yogurt base, no flavor. It's super tart. I get that one specifically because when you mix the concoction together, of protein. You pick a really good protein powder that you like and you mix it in there. It tastes phenomenal. You can even add in some pineapple, add in some honey, add in some cinnamon, all of that together. It's going to be healthy sugars because of healthy carbs. You're going to get some lectin from the pineapple and the bromine from the pineapple, which is really good for muscle recovery. You're going to get really good probiotics and prebiotics from the Greek yogurt itself. And then you're going to get really good protein levels from the protein isolate that you use to mix it into it. So you kind of get all of what you need, and it's a dessert dish.
Okay. Yeah, I probably might take a stab at it. Let you know.
It's good. I did that for a number of years, especially when I was very first into my fitness journey. Because I'm a big back. I love food,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to sacrifice what I'm eating for like to stay healthy. Like I want to eat something. So if I'm going to recreate a dish and make it healthy, you best believe I'm going to make it taste just as savory or just as sweet because I want something I'm going to enjoy. I'm not going to sit there and just eat a damn bowl of lettuce to lose weight. Like no, I'm going to eat something that's going to make me happy. Food brings me joy. And so when I'm eating my food, I want to eat something that I want to keep eating and I want to share it with people. So when I first got into this and I became a nutritionist, that was my goal, was to find ways to recreate the dishes that I love that are unhealthy, but to make them healthier.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, how was the photo session with Sean?
I had to cancel because I was sick. I'm
Yeah.
still sick. He was a sweetheart about it. He really understood. So we got the flights credited. So in the next month or two, when I'm feeling better and I'm ready and he has the time, we're gonna redo it. So we're looking at probably February or mid-January to fly out to do the photo shoot.
Yeah, I seen like one of your recent photos. You looked it nice. Let me see. I wish I could have pulled it up. Yeah. Yeah, I remember I drew you on I drew a picture of you flexing. I liked it that this picture. This was cool.
Yes, I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 this is cool.
Thank you.
And I have a bottle of Anavar that I haven't touched because a competitor said I lost my hair. I don't want to lose my waves, but I'd like to see how the Anavar will pair with the Retta.
Who the hell told you you're gonna lose your hair from Anna?
All these stuff y'all talking about, I do not know. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm like,
Anavar will not make you lose your hair. It's actually probably one of the least side affected ped that you can take. A lot of bodybuilders will straight up tell you they don't even consider it a steroid just because it's one of the least ones. Like honestly, it has the least negative side effects. It is not really hard on your liver. It's one of the
mm,
safest ones on the liver and kidneys. Now, if you take anything for too long, there will be some negative side effects. If you're taking too much too quickly, of course, there's going to be side effects. That's just with anything you do. But overall, no, Anavar is pretty mild. It's pretty safe. It's great for when you're cutting to retain the hardness and the leanness of your muscle mass. It helps preserve that. So does retatrutide. Reta helps you keep the lean muscle mass as you're cutting so you're not losing your actual muscle. So pairing retatrutide with Anavar is actually going to help you keep your size and have your muscles densify to look harder. So it actually makes you look a lot better. Now, Winnie will make you lose your hair. That's one of the ones that will have a lot of the side effects for women if they're taking too much too long. That and Halo, your hair will fall out. You will start looking bald.
yeah,
That it's with trend. Like there's other steroids that will make that happen, but Anavar low dose for 12 to 16 weeks, not a lot of issues to do. Just take some milk thistle or some NAC for your liver and your kidneys at that point, and you'll be perfectly fine.
yeah. I see some women bodybuilders. They had a set of hair, but then like later on they start shaving their head and all that type of stuff. I'm like, wow, okay,
And that's because they do high dosing for long terms. They
yeah,
don't do cycles like they're supposed to. And a lot of bodybuilders, especially when you get all really high up in the industry, a lot of them start taking steroids that they should never have taken because it is detrimental on the woman's hormone system. And
mm,
once you get your hormones completely out of whack, yeah, you're going to go bald.
yeah,
You'll start getting facial hair and you're going to lose your head hair.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to say about that because I was discussing with BC Voice about certain things, like some of them they kind of look kind of mannish a bit, then
Yep.
they start having the line the jaw lines and all that type of
It
stuff.
starts to look more masculine, like their
Yeah,
facial structures just overall are starting to change, and they surpass having the Anavar voice. Like they straight have test and trend voice. Like it went down a few too many octaves, and once you go too far down, there's no recovering your voice. Like it's gone. That's how you're always gonna sound.
yeah. What's her name? Hannah Hussein. She talks about, taking certain drugs and stuff. I don't know. You ever looked at her channel?
I don't think I have, but
Yeah,
I'm really about educating people, especially educating young kids because they'll see it all over social media and they
yeah,
don't know what they're doing. And so they get bad drugs from people or they get bad advice from people and they're ruining their bodies so young because they don't know what they're doing correctly. And so, like, I have young kids at my gym and they'll come up to me. They're like, 18 to 22 and they're wanting to compete, which I think it's great. Like, yeah, if this is what you're enjoying, try it young, go have fun. But I always tell them, you have no business getting on steroids. You're too young for that. I said, you need to tap in to your body's natural production and tax that out before you start adding anything into your body. I said, bodybuilding is not an overnight thing. It is bodybuilding. You are building your body, which that takes time to do. And my
yeah,
biggest pet peeve is when kids think hopping on a cycle and they start out with doing like a gram of trend, a gram of test, thinking that's the way to do it. And I'm just, you're gonna die young. Then
yeah,
you have all these really shitty influencers like that push it on kids that think it's cool, and I'm against that. So I'm all for people who have podcasts and who are very outspoken with educating and just informing people what is a good steroid, what is a bad steroid, how steroids should be used, what are safe doses, what are unsafe doses,
yeah. But
what's not good to pair with each other, what's good to pair with each other. Like I support that fully because people are going to do it no matter what, but at least put the information out there of how to do it correctly.
yeah, I don't see too many at bodybuilders. I do see some, but not too many. You know, maybe the men. Some of the men they'll talk about it, but the women, not that many of you guys talk about it too much.
Hmm. A lot of women don't want to talk about it, and it's because they want to try to claim to be natural. And I'm like, bitch, your voice was a dead giveaway. You're not natural.
Yeah,
You are naturally enhanced,
yeah,
but you are not natural. But a lot of it is the stigma that it's okay for men to use steroids and it's not okay for women. And a lot of it, it's just uneducated people. Even when I was natural, I was accused of using steroids. And so it's kind of like there's no winning for us. We're going to get accused of doing it, and then we're going to get shunned if we are open about doing it.
you competed in the natural.
No, when
Oh,
I had my heart attack, I was natural.
oh,
I had the heart attack completely natural with a bad coach.
okay. I mean, cause I've been to like a natural show. That's why I'm asking you. I've been
No, I
to
was going to compete in your normal NBC because I had size.
yeah,
So size has never been an issue for me. I've been able to load size on wonderfully my whole life.
yeah.
Hence why I'm not worried about not being on anything because I
Mhm.
know it's not going to affect my body's capability of putting size on it because I know how to lift, I know how to eat, I know what's going to grow my body. You don't necessarily need any type of peds to grow if you're doing everything else correctly. Yeah, it's slower. Having peds in your system just helps for quicker recovery and for your body to speed up on a few things, but that's not necessarily what's going to load size on you.
Yeah. Hey, wait. Let me read the Halo is one that makes you batshit.
That's it.
Oh,
Yep, so does Trend.
okay. Then he says the natural female competitor tried to scare me from taking anything. Do you have recommendations on health chip replacements like tortilla chips and salsa? Thank you for all the info.
Actually, what's the brand? I think Quest has like some protein chips out there that are actually pretty decently good. I try to stay away from like any keto products at that point. But if anything, buying the low carb tortillas and cutting them up yourself. If you have an air fryer, bake them in your air fryer. That's one of the best ways because you can make pretty much baked tortilla chips. And then salsa itself, it's not unhealthy. It's a bunch of different herbs and vegetables and peppers. So salsa is actually pretty healthy. It's the ones that you buy that have a lot of like sugars added into it. So I always go for more of like the milder, spicier ones because there's not a lot of sugars, except for the natural ones that come from like the tomatoes and some that are in the peppers at that point. So it's never added sugars. But Quest usually has some good ones. There's a few different brands out there that you can get that are protein chips that are pretty decent. I just don't remember their names. But ultimately, always making your own are better. I would just buy a low carb tortilla. There's many different low carb ones out there. You can even get like the flavored ones, cutting them up and just baking them yourself, air fryer or in your oven, stuff like that. It's
You
really
eat tacos or
Oh,
like?
I love tacos.
Oh, okay.
I will fuck some tacos up.
Okay. Check this. Check his schedule. He might travel to. He's talking about Sean on the.
Um,
Yeah. So.
we were still looking at me going to Vegas because that's where he's like based. And that's where he has, hair and makeup to be able to do that for me and some like great ideas. But because we don't have anything set in stone at the moment, it can go either way. He could fly me somewhere else at where he's gonna be. It's just currently at the moment it is TBD to be determined.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I see some of his work. His work is nice. I seen work he did with Brittany Parrish as Wonder Woman. I thought it was cool.
His artistic eye is beautiful,
Yeah.
and he's teamed up with her biceps. He shoots for them, and
Mm,
that's who we were shooting for. He was going to do it for himself as well, but we're also doing a video shoot and a shoot for her biceps.
oh. How you met up with him?
No.
No. How did you meet up with
Oh,
him?
he found me on Instagram and reached out to me because
Okay.
her biceps reached out to him and told him to shoot me.
No, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I was very flattered. I was like, little old me, okay. Oh.
That's cool. He says too many young bodybuilders want things quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yep, they want that instant gratification. They don't want to work for shit anymore.
Yeah. You got any plans for Christmas?
I promised one of my clients, she's the one that I train in the morning that's like a friend, we're gonna have one shot or one margarita together.
Okay. You got I think you have like a client that like you said they competitor or something. I've seen a pic.
Um,
Yeah, she's like a bikini competitor.
yes, Michelle.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
is. She's actually Miss Indiana right now. She won the Indiana State Show in August.
Yeah. Yeah, she looks interesting.
Oh, she's such a sweetheart. I love her to death. She's actually one of my good friends out here, and she's actually one of my clients as well.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Her
Michelle
husband's a competitor as
Rivera.
well.
Yeah, Michelle Rivera. She's a nutrition coach.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
She's
Yeah.
actually very smart. She's an actual, she's a doctor in botany, I believe. Yeah, she's a botanist. So she's very intelligent. She's from Brazil. She speaks like two or three languages, I believe.
Okay. All
She's a
right.
lot of fun to be around. I cherish her 100%. I love her to death.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. They gonna BC Roy. She asks, how many calories did you eat a day to become Miss Beefy? I want to try to transform one of these regular curvy girls at my gym to get the thick off season physique you have. Best in the business.
Honestly, I don't track my calories per se. My coach that I have right now, I love Shelby. He asked me if I wanted my macros and my calories, and I told him no. I was like, just tell me exactly what to eat. I was like, just tell me my meals and tell me what to have because I didn't want to think about it. Because as I was losing the weight, because being a nutritionist, you know how to make wiggle room. You know how to make something fit. You'll make it fit if you want it. And that's what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to have that mindset of I can have this because I can make it fit my macros. So for me, I don't want to know my caloric intake. I don't want to know my macro breakdown. I can figure it out if I thought about it, but I choose not to. I choose just to go through and eat my meals. But I will say, in the beginning when I was going through my weight loss and I was doing that on my own, I was eating anywhere from like 18 to 2300 calories a day. And I always have protein, my highest consumption. And then right underneath that will be carbs. And then underneath that are fats.
Yeah. Well, I wish you the best. I mean, you got it. Well, you said your plan is to do this show, the North Americans in 2026, right?
Yep,
But
September
isn't
4th.
that what that's what like in September of 2026?
It's going to be September 4th, 2026.
Nothing before that. You don't got nothing else.
Nope.
Okay.
We are going to focus on growing and putting overall size everywhere and staying conditioned. So by the time that we do our cut, we are able to get me down to a nasty level of conditioning. So there is no doubt that I'm going to get my pro card.
Okay.
And so we're focusing the next 9 months directly on this one show.
Like did your peoples like see you at your show or
They saw all of the photos that got released and they reached out
mm,
to me. And that's when I signed contract to get sponsored because I was gonna do USA's. That's what me and my coach were gonna prep for was USA's, but my sponsor asked me if I would do North Americans instead. Which I mean, it was like a month and a half, 2 months more. Which I'm just like that gives me extra time to come in better. So I was like, honestly, like that works for me. That works perfect. It gives me more time. I don't have to worry about it so much. It lets me enjoy so I can, enjoy Christmas and not be like, oh my God, I just threw everything off track. And it's right before my birthday. So my goal is to get my pro card before my birthday. So I'd be happy. And after we do that, if I get my pro card, we're going to do a pro debut immediately.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. What about your family? Did they see
My
you?
family saw all the photos, all the videos. They were so
Okay,
proud. They're actually going to be going to North Americans with me.
all right.
They're going to
And
fly out from Oregon. My mom and dad are, and they're going to be in Pittsburgh with me for the show, which I'm very happy for. They're excited. This will be the first time they get to see me step on stage.
all the rage George Page asks if North Americans don't work, would you do nationals?
Bitch, North Americans are gonna work. But yeah. If it came down to where something happened and I didn't win North Americans, there's a few more national shows in between North Americans and nationals in Texas, so that gives me a few opportunities. But if anything, yeah, I would do nationals just because the competition that showed up, I knew I could have won. I need some water. My eye is twitching. Hi, handsome.
Yeah, somebody asking you enough. How you been, Mary? How you been today, Mary?
Good. Just getting over this cold.
All right. Well, I don't wanna take you hostage and stuff. So, I know
Yes,
you
I
got
gotta
this.
shower. I gotta have
Yeah,
a protein shake and I gotta go to bed.
yeah. All right. So I'm gonna leave you alone, and I wish you the best. And yeah,
Yeah, we gotta stay in touch so I can show you how the growth season is going.
yeah, yeah. Well, I've been seeing your videos. I post your videos on my channel, and
I
you know,
appreciate it and I love it.
yeah, I appreciate you. So yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do another update for everybody here in a couple of months so I can show you how things are going.
All right, no doubt. All right.
Mhm. All right, I'll talk to you soon. You take
Happy New
care.
Year.
Have a good one.
All right.